What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another video for you guys. Now, in this particular video clip, this woman is talking about dating over 40. So I see a lot of videos out here on social media where women are complaining about dating. It's women over 40, 50s, and 60s who are having trouble finding men that are interested in them for dating. So I want to hop into what she had to say, and then I'll give my thoughts on it. Make sure you chime in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content but you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Share and like the video as well, you guys. And turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. And when I say guys, I mean girls and guys, okay? For those of you who are supporters of my channel, whether you're girls or you guys, continue to support and hit that like button and share the video, all right? All right, let's get into the video. Here we go.
So I'm off today and decided to take myself to happy hour, and I was like, I'm by myself, everybody's still working. Let me go to happy hour and put myself out there, sit at the bar, have me a drink and appetizer, and see if I see anybody. I am single and ready to mingle. How is my husband gonna find me at home? So I've tried to be outside more. And so I went to this restaurant and sat at the bar. It was happy hour, and I was like reluctant to, you know, go to this place, but I walked in and I see 3 black guys sitting at a table. And I was like, okay, well, I can sit on this side of the bar, or I can sit on this side of the bar closer to them. And yeah, we're looking for the same person. They looking for who I'm looking for. So that part. Life of a single 41-year-old woman. I'm trying. I'm really trying.
But my thing is, how do you know they're looking for what you're looking for? How do you automatically come to that conclusion is what I'm saying. You know, were they flamboyantly showing you that they're into other men or what? Because, you know, and that could be true or could not be true. But the reason why it's skeptical why we're skeptical when we hear this kind of stuff, because there's so many women who accuse men of being gay just because they don't show you interest. So was it one of those situations where those men just didn't see you? There was nothing that attracted them to you, or you know, or you're just saying they are looking for what you're looking for because you don't want to accept the fact that they're just not interested in you? Which one is it? Because we see a lot of women, and I don't, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but there are a lot of women who come on these platforms and they're not real honest about their experiences. Let's just say that. And they like to project, or they like to make it seem like something's always wrong with the man and nothing's wrong with them. A lot of women like to make it seem as if there's always something wrong with the men and there's never anything wrong with them. Most women will never admit that even though they're out here trying to date and they're putting themselves out there, men are just not finding them attractive. That maybe it could be you, that the men that you're looking for, the men that you might be attracted to, just don't see you as an option. That is possible. But, you know, far too often, and I'm not saying this is her situation, but beyond that, just in general, we see a lot of women who like to lead this narrative, and they like to make it seem like, oh, they're so great. Because remember, all women are 10s in their minds, and they're all special and perfect. And so any man would just be lucky to be with them. But it's a little bit more difficult for women, especially in your 40s and up, to go out here and find the type of man that you really want, because either majority of those men are already taken, some are maybe shooting for the same team, and then some they're just not attracted to you. We got to assume that it's either one of the 3. That some men just don't find you attractive, and that's okay. Just like there are women who don't find certain men attractive. But it's always a narrative that a man is either shooting for the same team because he's not approaching you. You know, we got to stop that. You got to start being more realistic and not be so delusional in general. Not speaking of her in this particular video, but in general, because all women want to think that they're the prize and that they're special and they look so great. and every man will be lucky to have them. That's just not the case. Men are looking for certain things too now. And I think that's what's putting a little hitch in the giddy up for a lot of these women who are still unfortunately single at 40, 50, and 60 years old, because honestly, you should be married at this point. That's the reality that a lot of women don't want to face, because they let society, feminists, college, and all of these people tell them that, oh my God, you have time. As a woman, you choose. You want to have your autonomy. You don't want a man telling you what to do. You want to pick the right man, and you want to get the best option available. And so what happens is y'all miss your window of opportunities where you were when you were your most attractive. Those years you kind of squandered, believing the hype of what these feminists told you and what society tells you, and it make women think that they have all these options and they have all this time when in reality you do not. So you squander a lot of years, create babies, raise that body count, become more independent boss chicks with this mentality that you don't need a man, and then by the time you're ready to go out and find you somebody, you find it very difficult. Because a lot of the men that are left, they want something too. They don't want the bottom of the barrel. They don't want the basic woman all the time. They are looking for extraordinary women as well. Just like women want the best and the bang for their buck, men want that too. So we're past the days of old when men would just accept the woman and be more open to her and her kids, and take her on. Men are not doing that these days. Men realize something. And I know women don't like the manosphere and the red pill and back toe and all that, but a lot of it's men are woke because of that. Men realize that they can offer something too. And if they can offer something, and if the expectations for men is through the roof for what women want, then you have to be an exceptional woman for a lot of these men. If he's going to bring a lot to the table, then you got to bring a lot to the table as well. And I think when a lot of men see the choices that they have, because, it's the truth. They bashed Kevin Samuels for saying, oh, the leftover women, which is a real thing in China. They thought he was just making that up. It's a real thing. There are people who are called the leftovers. And so when you have what will be considered the leftover women and men, these men still have options. So they want beautiful women. They want, decent looking women. They want women who are fit. They want women that they are truly attracted to. Just like women want these 6 feet tall men, and you want men who look a certain way. You want your tall, dark, and handsome. He got to make 6 figures. He got to have this. He got to have that. Whatever your preferences are, that's cool. You can have them. Nobody's saying you can't have a preference. You can have a preference. You can have standards. But you got to understand what you want, got to want you back. So I think it's a blow to a lot of women's egos, because women have been, like I said, they've been given this false narrative that they're all 10s and they're all just the best thing since sliced bread, and they're all the prize, and they're beautiful, and they have these vaginas, and men should just be fawning all over them and running behind them. And that's just not the case. Men are not doing that anymore. Men are not running behind women. They're not chasing. They're not jumping over hoops to be with you. They're really going in the opposite direction as it relates to Black women in particular. So if you are a Black woman that's, single, you have to really be an attractive woman that will catch his eye first. Somebody that he would look at and be like, damn, she look good. Let me approach. Because men want something too. They want fit, feminine, beautiful women as well. They're tired of settling. Women won't settle and men won't settle either. So if we have 2 people that's not going to settle, what are you going to do? And if you have a group of women who say, hey, I'm not doing anything for a man, take me as I am or don't. Well, they're deciding not to. But then that's unacceptable for women as well. Because why the hell? Who do y'all think y'all are? Y'all uppity. Y'all think y'all better than us. No, they just have standards, and y'all are not used to men having standards. They don't want to settle for your attitude. They don't want to settle for your obesity. They don't want to settle for your entitlements. They don't want to settle for these boss chicks. They don't want to settle for single mothers, and they don't have to. And the one thing that you don't have control over is a man's choice and decisions on who he wants to date and marry. At one point, I think women had a stake in that, but now you don't, because men are realizing their worth, and they know that they have a choice, and they have standards, and they have a right, and they don't have to settle. So now that men don't have to settle, women are suffering. The only thing you can do about that is change your mentality and change your thoughts and change to become what it is that men want, so that you may get one. If you don't want to do that, well, just be happy single. That's all I'm saying about that. So listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.